Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, alright? So in this video, what we're going to talk about is SpaceX, IPO, all of that good stuff, right? I got some good stuff for you guys. So make sure you tap in, you lock in. Now, we ain't just talking about it, right? We all know SpaceX has been hyped up. So what I want to break down is why I don't think that it's the right time to buy into SpaceX. I know it did do well. They had a green day, but there's a lot of things under the hood that you don't want to, subject yourself to. So nothing that I say in this video is financial advice. If you guys want financial advice, be sure to go talk to a licensed financial advisor, y'all, okay? Now, what I am going to say is I'm going to preface this with a couple things, all right? So here we go. So I'm going to preface this with a couple things right here. So when you understand principles and concepts, you see the world differently. Okay? So there was a book I read a while ago. The book I read was called The 22 Laws of Immutable Branding. And it has 22 laws of branding. And there was one law that stuck out to me. And this is how we're going to start this video. And this is something for you to keep with you for the rest of your life. This law is facts. It always is. Right? So, share my screen. Right here, y'all. It's the law of hype. Okay? When a brand is hyped, the reality is often the opposite. Right? This is mostly true, but not always. Right? OpenAI and Tesla have both received massive hype, but they have also delivered insignificant ways. Some others, such as Clubhouse, hardly live up to the expectations. This law is useful as a cautionary principle, but not a universal truth, partially survived. Key words here. Cautionary principle, but not a universal truth. That's important to understand. Cautionary principle. So that's what I say. This, you can use it for life. Now, when we sit here saying a lot of hype, nothing is ever what it seems, right? I want you to think about all the entrepreneurs that you know. We're in a space where, entrepreneurs are like celebrities now. Think about the people that you looked up to, entrepreneurs, you met them in person, you like, damn, right? You ain't really boom, boom, boom. So that's the law of hype. Anything that's hyped up, it's not what it appears to be. So that's the foundation. Right? Now, SpaceX is hyped up. Tesla was hyped up in the beginning and it still is, in my opinion. Right? There's this narrative of we changing the world and blah, 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 and we going to Mars, but I'm not sold on, that narrative. But what do I know, right? Anyways, so the next thing is when a stock IPOs, I don't know if you knew this or not, but there's a lot of things that go into the IPO. One of the things that plays a factor or that goes into an IPO, there's something called a lockout period, right? Or a lockup period. Let me break this down for you guys. Lockup period, right? IPO lockup period prevents company insiders and early investors from selling their shares immediately after an IPO. Typically lasting 90 to 120 days, the purpose of a lockup period is to prevent the market from being flooded with too many shares too quickly, which could depress the stock's price. Right? So that's what a lockup period is. Everything is supply and demand. Everything is supply and demand. You don't want to get all these investors and then the stock goes up and then after that everybody sells off to get their money and then boom. Right? So they got to have a lockup period. Now, every stock's IPO is different. Every stock's IPO is different. Now, I believe SpaceX's it's either 6 to 12 months. Okay, right here it said 90 to 180 days. I believe SpaceX's is 6 to 8 months, 6 to 12 months, depending on what type of investor you are. That's when you'll be able to sell your shares. Institutional money, I believe it's a little bit longer because they have bigger positions. Now, let's think about this, right? When we look at SpaceX, I want one simple question. One simple question. Is SpaceX profitable? Is SpaceX profitable? Right? They're very much in the red. Very much in the red. Losing $4.9 billion last year, while all of the other companies in the group are profitable. Musk's other public companies, Tesla generated the least amount of profit in the past year at $3.9 billion. Right? So, we have a hyped up company. It's not profitable. There's other things about the company as well when you dig into fundamentals, right? And the narrative and, you know, where the economy is at and all this other stuff. But not profitable, hyped up company, is run by Elon Musk, right? Now, what do we know about Elon Musk? He is very, very volatile. A stock and the way that the stock moves in the market a lot of times is a reflection of what? A reflection of the CEO. Okay? It's a reflection of the CEO. So, let's go to Tesla. And let's look at the monthly, right? Look at the monthly. Now let's go look at, and this is on a monthly, so it's gonna look how it looks. If you go to the daily, you'll see like bigger spikes because it's smaller, you know, time frames. But we have, so they IPO'd here, right? And then they came up, came down, blah, blah, blah. They consolidated for some years. Right? They consolidated for some years and then they blasted off, right? Now, what I want you to pay attention to is this area right here. So we got this, and then we got this area right here. Right? So from freaking 2013 all the way to 2019, which is 6 years, it just went up and down, right? Up and down. And then we had a blast off, okay? But as you can see, now with all of this volatility, it's still up from where it started at. That's perfectly fine. But when you look at this right here, this is what I want you to focus on. If you got in, if you got in over here, right? Let's say you got in at $8, $10. It came up to 20 something, $25. Then it came down to $10. What are you losing by just being patient? This was 6 years. It took 6 years for Tesla to really, really, really start to make some moves to the upside, right? So by you waiting 6 to 12 months to see where the dust settles, that is actually is very smart of you. Now, when we go to SpaceX and we look at their chart, right? We're on the monthly time frame. This is all we see on SpaceX. This is all we see on SpaceX. This is it. Nothing else. The monthly, the daily, right? This is the first candle. The first candle on SpaceX. Okay? So, you have no data. You have no data. No data. Right? You don't know where this stock is going to go. All you're basing everything on is what you think you know about Elon Musk and what he's going to do. That's it. That is it. Okay? Now, let me also say this. When you're looking at the economy right now and the stock market, what if 6 months down the road we get a rate increase and then SpaceX is at $160 and we get a rate increase and the whole market comes down? SpaceX, if you got a lot of the investors that invested their capital into this IPO, and then there's uncertainty in the market, because the lockup period is over, they might take profits on SpaceX, right? In conjunction with the stock market and the sentiment of the market. So to IPO in a quote unquote inflated market sentiment economy right now, what I'm seeing in the future is, what if something happens economically, you could say war or whatever, and then we have a pullback. But what if that pullback happens right around the time where the lockup period is over and investors can start taking their profits and selling shares? That could mean that SpaceX is going to drop tremendously. And then it could be below its initial public offering price. And you bought into the hype too early for no reason at all. When if you would have just waited, you would have been able to get an entry at a cheaper price than what it even IPO'd at. Right? It opened up at 150. What I'm seeing on the charts, the headlines may say a different price, but what I'm seeing right here on the charts, right? If we go down to the 30-minute, right? Opened at what? 149.78. Okay? So when you kind of understand this, Elon Musk, the CEO, okay? Volatile guy, up and down, company is not doing the best. It's based off of optimism and a narrative, right? Let's really look at it. The law of hype, lockup period, 6 to 12 months. You can't touch shares. If anything happens in the economy and there's uncertainty, they're gonna sell those shares off. So for the next 6 to 12 months, that price may be looking nice. It may go up to 170, 180. It could go up to 200. But what's going to happen when it tanks? Right? Let's look at a stock that IPO last year that everybody was raving about. Let's look at Circle. Go to the weekly. Look at Circle. They IPO'd at $69, ran up 3 weeks, ran up all the way to $300. But look what happened. This was 1 year ago. Y'all see the date at the bottom? June 9th, 2025. Last year they IPO'd. Look what happened. Right now they're sitting at $77, only $12 higher than where they IPO'd at. So what was the point of chasing all of this right here? Why don't you let the dust settle and then you start seeing how the company is performing, start seeing how the company is going to report earnings, and then from there you start saying, okay, now I'm going to make a move in this. Right? You cannot be super anxious and in a rush to do things when you're talking about investing. Because once you get your money locked into something, it's harder to make a decision on what you're going to do. So why don't you have a clear mind when you make the decision, so that way you solid with your decision rather than forcing it and just buying into some type of hype. So I just wanted to share that about SpaceX today, IPO. It's just something to think about. If you bought in, you bought in, right? It is what it is. I'm not saying it's about to tank tomorrow, but what I'm saying is the law of hype, man. Right? Don't buy into things that's hyped. And honestly, you could literally, instead of investing into the shares, you could have just traded them, right? Seen how they move, learn the company, learn the narrative, and then on a pullback, then you buy your shares with the profits that you're making from trading SpaceX. They're going to be a volatile stock. They're going to move because it's an Elon Musk company. It's an Elon Musk product. You just got to think different. That's my take. Obviously, you got people that's very, very rich and wealthy. They putting millions into SpaceX. I get it, right? But when you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, you want to come up, you the first generation millionaire, you got to move a little bit different. You can't be trying to act like you got $80 million in the bank, right? If you only got 150,000, 300,000, that's good money, right? When you coming from nothing, but at the end of the day, you got to still move a little bit different. You can't be trying to make billionaire moves when you ain't even got $1 million, right? So it's like you got to know where you at, and you got to know where you want to go, and you got to make moves that's best for you. So I hope that this video helps you guys out. Like I always say, man, make sure you get up out your head. Go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live, y'all. All right? And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right? Y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm going to holler at you guys on tomorrow's video. Y'all have a great one, man. Y'all stay smooth. Peace.